Have you ever paused to wonder why certain routines from your earlier days still linger, even though they no longer bring you ease or happiness? If you've reached 70 or beyond, some of these old patterns might be holding you back, quietly sapping your energy and sense of calm. A lot of folks in their later years continue with these ways out of habit, feeling like they must keep up appearances or meet invisible standards. But carrying this unseen load can rob you of the simple joys and independence you deserve. Drawing from my long career helping older adults as a specialist in aging, I witness this all too often. In this video, I'll share 5 key actions that people past 70 can let go of right away. This isn't about quitting on life, it's about stepping into a phase where your well-being comes first, and realness shines brighter than any facade. Join me as we explore how to embrace this rewarding time, reclaiming your energy, respect, and genuine identity for a fuller existence. Let's start with the first one. Always trying to make others content at your own expense. Over my many years working with seniors, I've noticed this quiet challenge that slips under the radar for so many. Countless kind-hearted individuals in their 70s and older still shoulder this heavy load of putting everyone else's smiles ahead of their own tranquility. And let me share this gently, from one person who's seen life's seasons to another. This kind of weight is one of the most draining and avoidable emotional burdens you could bring into your later chapters. It often creeps in without much notice. For instance, you might accept an outing you really don't enjoy, perhaps because the talk feels awkward or the place is too noisy for comfort. Or you hold back on sharing what's truly troubling you just to avoid stirring things up or breaking the calm. Another common example, agreeing to care for the little ones multiple days in a row, even when your body aches, and what you really need is a peaceful spot with a favorite read and a soothing drink. You set aside your own wishes, thinking it's the proper path, the mark of a devoted family member or companion. But gradually, without fanfare, your days start feeling like they're shaped by others' demands, leaving scant space for what lights you up inside. This ongoing push to satisfy stems from decades of prioritizing those around you. It's common among those who came of age in times when giving everything was seen as noble, and looking after yourself was sometimes viewed as self-centered. You learned early on to value responsibility, family ties, and group harmony above all. These teachings embed themselves deeply, becoming who you are. Yet here's a vital point. In this treasured stage of living, it's time to kindly rethink those long-held guidelines. You've more than deserved the freedom to express your truths openly, stand up for what you require, and cease twisting yourself to maintain balance. The folks who really value you will get it, and if some don't, that reveals their true focus. I recall chatting with a close acquaintance in his 80s who offered this gem. Friend, there comes a moment when declining something holds just as much worth as agreeing. That idea lingers, because when you respect your limits, you're not pushing away connections. Instead, you're opening doors to richer bonds built on true sharing and equal regard, not on wearing yourself out. Allow me to tell you about Emily, a lively 72-year-old I've cared for over time in my work. For years, she was the heart of her circle, organizing gatherings, stepping up for every community need when her children were small, responding to every call for help, and mending whatever issues arose for her loved ones. She gave endlessly, like a steady source of support. Then, one visit, she arrived looking worn down to her core, not just fatigued, but deeply weary in her spirit, as she put it. She confided, "I opened my eyes today and felt completely spent. No one had checked on how I was holding up." Her words carried a blend of sorrow and emerging strength. From that point, Emily began a meaningful shift. It took time, but she practiced turning down requests when her heart said no. She set gentle guidelines, growing bolder with each step, and remarkable changes unfolded. Rather than her world crumbling as she'd worried, her ties clarified. Some deepened into balanced exchanges, while others naturally drifted because they relied on her endless input without reciprocity. In all, she shared that she felt more vibrant and true to herself than in ages. Essentially, she had taken back a core piece of her essence. Moving to the second, constantly striving to appear youthful to satisfy outsiders. It's a clear fact that there arrives a point where the chase for a younger look turns more tiring than rewarding. For numerous folks, that moment lands firmly after 70. Still, our surroundings keep nudging, sometimes pushing hard, that you ought to battle the signs of time with everything you've got. Think of the lotions claiming to wipe away years, colors to mask silver strands, operations, or even photo tweaks. The push to seem less aged doesn't fade in your 70s. For some, it ramps up, driven by ads and what people expect. But here's a calm, strong reality that thoughtful elders come to grasp. Seeming young isn't the same as feeling healthy or content, and it surely doesn't promise joy. Too frequently, this endless hunt becomes a cycle fueled by worry. You notice a fresh line on your skin and rush to smooth it. Your locks turn naturally lighter, and concern hits about how others, especially the young, might view you. But instead of gaining assurance, you often end up more uneasy and aware of flaws. The root isn't the change itself. It's the inner idea that growing older somehow dims your worth or place in the world. That notion isn't just wrong. It harms your inner peace. In our minds, this fixation on youth ties to a society that prizes surface looks and overlooks the deep insights gained through living. As we advance in years, we acquire something invaluable that early life can't offer: a broad view and clear sense of priorities. When you keep pushing to match narrow ideals of youth, you're essentially denying the honor that comes with each experience etched into you. To be clear, caring for your health, choosing nice outfits, staying neat, these are fine ways to show self-value. But that's worlds apart from hiding the journeys that formed your remarkable self. A fellow from a gathering spot for elders, Henry, 78 and full of life, told me this, and it stays with me. When I quit coloring my hair and stopped battling every mark of time, folks began noticing the real me, not some pretend version. And let me say, it was the most releasing experience I've known. The core truth is that those who hold you dear aren't hooked on flawless features or dyed locks. They cherish your lively energy, your warm wit, how you hear them out without critique, the steady grace in facing ups and downs. That's what touches hearts deeply. So, rather than spending your limited strength opposing nature's flow, consider welcoming it. Let your features, with their earned stories, share your path. Allow your form, shaped by endurance, show a rich existence. There's a special glow, a deep assurance from claiming every moment you've lived, every hurdle crossed, every delight held, that shines brighter than any product could. If these thoughts are hitting home and helping, drop second point in the comments to show you're following along. And if you're new here, please join by subscribing and activating alerts so you catch all our upcoming shares. Your encouragement keeps us going with helpful material to guide and uplift. Now, onto the third. Always acting like everything's fine. A tough pattern that sticks with many into their 70s and later is the firm idea that you must stay tough, upbeat, and unflappable, no matter the highs or lows brewing inside. It's like an invisible code we all picked up. Keep complaints to yourself, don't weigh down others, just smile and declare, all good. But from what I've observed in so many lives, faking wellness when you're not doesn't build strength, it hides you away. Worse, bottling up real emotions can quietly wear down your mind and heart over time. Past 70, existence often layers on more depth, with a mix of events. There might be sorrow from losing dear ones, or shifts in what your body can do, aches that linger, or even a hidden worry about troubling your kin. Instead of voicing these normal human parts, many from habit or duty stuff them away, thinking quiet endurance equals toughness. But really, this hush can lead to deep loneliness. You feel unseen because you've insisted nothing's amiss. This wall you build cuts off the support you crave most. Old teachings on endurance remind us that naming our inner truths isn't frail, it's wise. They urged facing discomfort honestly, without exaggeration, and sharing without regret. So it's more than fine to say, today feels hard, or I'd like some companionship. It's essential for your spirit. You're not here to endure alone, and admitting struggles doesn't lessen your worth. Consider, when you claim fine while holding pain, fear, or solitude, you're blocking real bonds. Your circle, family, pals, even acquaintances can't provide care if unaware. And seeking aid isn't weak. It's a mark of growth, insight, and bravery. There was Lydia, 81, who for years never revealed her hardships. After her partner left this world, she assured all she was coping well. Alone, though, despair grew. When she began sharing, in a group first, then with her child, things transformed. Her connections grew richer, her true joy returned, and she stopped the drain of dual lives. Fourth, saying sorry for your own ways of living. Plenty of those over 70 catch themselves excusing their choices, whether it's extra downtime, passing on loud events, early meals, or favoring quiet over bustle. Phrases like, hope that's all right, sorry if I'm dull now, or I know I'm in the way, show a hidden push to fit others' molds. But truth be told, after 70, you merit shaping days your way, not bending to norms. Excusing your ease or pace doesn't politeness, it shrinks you. You're here to expand into your real self, not fade. Enduring wisdom suggests tuning to logic and your natural flow, ignoring outside chatter. If a quiet read beats a busy meal, that's not standoffish. It's smart care for your inner world. Many grew up linking value to fitting in, but that breeds weariness and bitterness. You've given decades to others. Now, nurture your core. Recall Thomas, 76, who skipped group meets for calm weekends. He felt bad justifying until his son said, "You owe no reasons. If it calms you, it's right." That flipped his view. He embraced his flow proudly. Later years bring sharp awareness of what boosts or saps you. No need to regret honoring that. Your choices aren't issues, they're fruits of experience. Guard your space. If this resonates, comment "Fourth Insight" and subscribe if not already. Fifth, seeking nods from all around. A sticky habit in aging is craving thumbs up from kin, locals, or the crowd. Even past 70, That subtle pull to be favored, included, or affirmed lingers. We doubt choices, mild our views, or nod along from fear of critique or exclusion. This snare trails from youth to later days, but time after 70 is too brief for others' rules. Lasting advice focuses on steering your deeds, ideas, and principles, not shifting views. Handling perceptions is futile, like grasping air. Still, many elders lug this load. Approval shifts constantly. You can't win all, so halt the chase. Picture Clara in her 80s, who adored lively outfits but dulled down to fit her years per advice. One day, gazing at her reflection, she wondered, who runs this life? Soon, she revived her flair and felt whole. No permit needed to be real, especially now. True allies won't demand dimming. For others, their okay costs your calm. Act true, not for cheers. You've gained insight. Let youth hunt likes. You've moved beyond. Freedom awaits. If Clara's tale moves you, comment true self. As we close this session, we've covered 5 key shifts that once made can reshape your later years beautifully. But knowing alone isn't enough. It's the doing that counts, starting small. So, what's your one promise today? Maybe I'll pass on that task this time. I'll welcome my natural look, or I'll share a hard moment with someone. Post it below to build a chain of encouragement. If this brought clarity or spark like the video, it spreads the word. To stay in the loop for more guiding tips, subscribe and bell on. It's building a circle for thriving together. Think of one who could use this. Share it. Their spark might ignite. Thanks for your time. Keep well, stay insightful, and see you next for more on Graceful Living.